Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. I'm coming in here because I want to have a conversation with you. And yeah, I'm even streaming this video live on YouTube so that some of my followers and subscribers can listen to this as well. So in the community, the authentic elected community, I said net neutrality, be concerned business owners. And this is really important for you right now because there's some things that are going on and a lot of you all may not know it, but it's going to affect what's going on with your business. And so let me just get this posted really quick so I can stop looking at this with this screen. So, for some of you, I don't know if you even know what net neutrality is, but the very simplified version, the definition of it is here on the World Wide Web, we all have access to it, and companies are not supposed to be allowed to throttle your access or show preferential treatment to people that have money, big businesses, for us to have access. And so, it is what has allowed me to build the business that I have today. I have had clients in Australia, United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. I have done collaborations with people in all of those countries. Also, I'm in Canada, all throughout the United States, and I'm talking about big clients too. I'm talking about clients that have paid me commas. In these different places. And so, and even if it's not that much, it's just a point that this is what has allowed me to build the business that I have right here at this moment. And so, the repeal. There's a repeal for it. And guess what? This is the I want you all to connect the dots. See, we've got to start using critical thinking skills. I came up in an era where critical thinking skills were still very important. And so I'm in a financial group with my coach, and she brought this topic up. And I want you to she basically said, what are your thoughts of the convergence of the repeal of the net neutrality and all of this work from home? Now, my response to her was this. I said, the internet is currently open free space, which is what has allowed me to thrive as an entrepreneur. I have clients in Singapore, the UK, Australia, Canada, and in many of the states. COVID hits. Many others are forced to work from home. Kids have to go to school from home. Shutting down the states is going to crumble many brick and mortar businesses. Online is about to hit critical mass. They're forcing it. And now they want to possibly control access when more people are realizing they need an online business or a portion of their business needs to be online. All the while, no one is really talking about how the quick pace of installing 5G towers globally to improve speed and efficiency. This is fucked up. The internet is what was getting many out of the matrix. So now the labor force will turn people to cyborg slaves. So, and then I said to my coach, be real, Dr. D, am I tripping with the way that I'm connecting the dots? Because she put the question out there, and her response basically was, let's just say that what you're speaking, I'm speaking with hearts and minds were apprehensive about when the repeal first happened in 2018. Naysayers couldn't see it, but look now. And so, part of the matrix is to have slaves. No, I'm not just talking about no black people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whether they called some slaves indentured servants, we live in a world here in the United States where it has always thrived off of poor labor. When we get through, and y'all know I'm never discrediting the black experience, but let's just look at how heinous the leadership is here. We do realize that there was a season when we also had to deal with the fact that it was okay to have children working in coal mines, barely having a piece of bread to eat. You know what I'm saying? So that whether it's whites, whether it's blacks, whether it's immigrants, whatever, this country has always thrived off of giving people pennies on the dollar. It doesn't make any sense that ultimately, from where I'm at in 1994, 4.25 an hour was minimum wage. I have to double check, but I know when I left St. Louis in 2014, minimum wage hadn't hit $8. It may be $8 now. Which means that in what we're going on, well, not 94, 14, we're going on 3 decades, and it is still hasn't doubled. But other than this situation with Corona, The gas has more than doubled. Rent has more than doubled. Where I'm at now, I pay. I'll tell you this: I spend more than $1,200 a month, and I'm not trying to live like the big wigs. I'm a conservative spender. I won't even call myself frugal. I'm very conservative. But I do know that having an apartment of this caliber back in the day, I had a girlfriend that had one that was bigger than mine, with actually 3 bedrooms, extra sunroom, and all of that stuff, in one of the more affluent areas in St. Louis in the Central West End, and she was only paying like $750. So look at what's happening. If they're going to force people to be on the internet, and there are several states where they said they're not going back to school next year. The kids are going to they're going to be schooled from home. But teachers, even though the parents are having to assist the kids, the teachers are working still. They're doing virtual classes. They're still assessing the grades and turning stuff in. So now they're going to work from home too. So now when they force the critical mass and they have their workers working from home, oh yeah, they'll give you the laptop and they'll give you the iPad. And then to know that somebody's potentially going to make sure that there is preferential access to the internet. So only the people that got the big bucks to pay the big money. That's what that ultimately means if this is repealed. That means that then someone like me is going to fight like hell just to be seen online, which is the beauty in what I do online right now. I can be seen anywhere, and it makes it more difficult for me. So then what do I end up potentially having to do? And this ain't going to be my story. I'm just painting a picture for y'all. Now I need to go and get me an online job. And so then I'm back in the matrix doing something, barely making enough money to be able to take care of my family. All the while, people are arguing on social media. You ain't wearing no mask. You is wearing a mask. COVID is real. People is dying. Well, it ain't as bad as it. And we're arguing and we're bickering. Smoke and mirrors. Smoke and fucking mirrors. Do you hear me? Keep your eyes open. Think and pay attention. These kind of things are coming to me because of where my headspace is, where my heart space is, where my spirit is. And you got to question yourself. You know how you thinking based on what you keep seeing. If you keep on seeing things that give you more reason to have fear about COVID, then please understand you're going to attract more things that are going to arouse that fear. I keep on finding things that are proven that the so-called conspiracy theorists are conspiratorially factualists. So that's what I wanted to bring to the table. Business owners, you need to be concerned. You need to have your ears open. While you busy voting on whether or not the governor should or should not open the state, and them mofos gonna do what they gonna do, you better be paying attention to what's going on with voting for the right to make sure. And I know that a lot of this really has something to do with the FCC, but we just don't know how it's gonna come down the pipeline. But I keep on telling y'all, you better watch out and you better protect your damn rights. So I would love for some feedback or some comments. Let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what your ideals are. But y'all, it ain't got ugly yet. It ain't got ugly yet. Remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. Okay, so I just want to bring that in there. Pay attention.